Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time we demonstrated where to find all the remaining monsters and I captured them all, and we also demonstrated the One-Eye, the enemy we need to fight in order to gain access to some triple experience weapons. Now I've obtained all of those in between episodes, took me about an hour and a half. Let's see here, it's a weapon, so we got the Durandal. Nice, it's not a nod to Xenosaga, but I like to think of it as one. We got the Wonder Wing for you. That one was the one that took the longest to get. The other ones I got in like 20 minutes. It was really ridiculously lucky. Golden Arm. No, none for you. And I got a triple score for you. In the meantime, I happened to get one for Kamari, so I just kept it. Why not? Not that I'll be using it, but it's there. Now that we've got those, we would like to customize some stuff to make them the ultimate experience gaining weapons in the game. In order to do that, make sure you've captured, got all the rewards, and we'll start throwing things like Overdrive to AP on there, and Triple Overdrive. So anytime we gain our Overdrive, and it works at 3 times as fast, we get AP. And anytime we get AP, it's tripled again. This is beyond broken in this game. Now, I don't have enough to give triple overdrive to the Wonder Wing because the others are a little more important. But I'm going to throw that on there, and then I can always gain the winning formulas I need from battling around against specific enemies if I want to get the rest of them. I'm going to set the other ones up, and I will see you in a moment here. Alright, all finished with that. So we got them. No, not for you. We got one for you. No. And one for you, the Blowout. Now, if you want to gain more, you'll want to bribe. You can win 2 of them by fighting Ultima Buster, but that takes too long. So the other way of doing it is the Sandworm. You bribe him for 900,000 and he should give you about 16. You only need 30 of them to do it, so as long as it's between 14 and 16, you can try and balance between the two to get enough. And I think we have, 9 left over, so we should be good by wasting about 2 million gold, or 2 million gil. As you can see, I do not have 2 million gil. I spent all of my money off-screen in between episodes there, and what I did with it was I spent it on Auto Haste, Auto Phoenix. I also bought the weapons from Wands over in Makalania there. Auto Haste for you, and Auto Haste, Auto Phoenix, and Auto Protect. But how did I get those items for Auto Protect? Now, last time I said that we didn't have the power to do it quite yet, and I could probably come up with a strategy to do it, but it would take too long. So we have an alternate strategy. Go to Fafnir, and as long as he doesn't ambush me, thank you. Basically what we do, this guy has 1.1 million HP, need 13,000 to overkill. He has a 95% resistance to all breaks. The only one we care about is armor break. This is one of the reasons why I grabbed the frag grenades from earlier, because this will inflict armor break with 100% accuracy, even if they have resistance to it. And this guy will always target whoever has the lowest HP. He's got a physical attack and a triple attack, which involves a physical attack, an elemental breath on all party members, and another physical attack. He can break the damage limit with a bunch of his attacks, and yeah, so all of his elemental breaths, fire, ice, and lightning can be, he's also immune to those elements, but they can be reduced with elemental proof or eater armors, if you want those. You want Protect, only some of his attacks are susceptible to it. But basically, now that we've got armor break on him, we can just bash away at him for a little while. Bring in Waka since he does more damage. And basically, we're just going to quick hit the crap out of him. We will not be able to kill him this way, though. He's got over 1 million HP. If we did max damage of 99,999, it would still take us 11 hits to kill this guy, or 12 hits actually, rather. So we're just going to do as many hits as we can, and I guess what you could do is you could summon an Aeon to take the hit for you when he gets his turn, and then come back and beat the crap out of him some more. But what I'm going to do is pretty much my method for any enemy that I'm trying to kill in the monster arena before I really should be doing it. Bring in Yuna, And this only works if you've got Yuna to a decent amount of strength. I'd say if you've got her to 60 or 70 strength, that's good enough. And then summon the Mega Sisters. Because once you've got her to about that much strength, these three should have pretty close to max strength stats. Anima and Yojimbo, I believe, also, and probably even Bahamut also have it already. So you summon them, you could combine powers and do it that way. I'm just going to use our whatever the normal attacks I get is. But because they have so much defense, you really don't have to worry about anything. And this is the ultimate attack, or at least one of the ultimate attacks. Look at that frickin' damage! Even if she doesn't do that, you can just bash around. All of your physical attacks at this point will do 99,999, so you'll kill him soon enough. For defeating him, we get 40 light curtains. That's for the overkill. Without the overkill, you only get 20. And now that we've done that, I can throw auto protect on one more piece. I gave it to you already, so it goes on here. Where's my auto protect? There we go. Excellent. So we've got that all set up. Now, we have these triple AP weapons, and we can do a whole crap ton of farming, get a whole whack ton of experience if we want to. I am actually not going to do that today. We're going to save that for a little bit, because as I was building up to it, I was thinking about it. You know what? I'm probably strong enough to take on all of the area conquest enemies, and for the most part I am. The species ones tend to be a lot stronger, and I can even take on a whole bunch of them right now. So I want to demonstrate at least showing off all of the area conquest, since most of them we don't need to fight at any point in the game, because they don't drop things, or you can't steal things that are particularly useful, save for Kodos. Kodos is the lone exception. He is very, very, very important. But anyway, let's start with Plateau Avis. This is from Besaid. This guy, he has a gravity-based attack that does 15 sixteenths, takes away 15 sixteenths of your maximum HP. So if you have less than that, then it can kill you. Let's see, we'll pull Titus back in. Unit doesn't need to be there. You can use brakes on them for 10%, or they have a 10% chance of working unless you use a frag grenade. He can be slowed. He's also got 90% resistance to that. But with auto haste and breaking the damage limit like we have, we really don't need all that much. This is one of the few enemies in the game that even if you dealt enough damage to kill him while he's in the air, you won't actually kill him. He'll land on the ground, and you'll have to be able to take him down that way. He's got 320,000 HP, 10,000 for the overkill. It's relatively easy to take him down. Okay, we got Dark Matter for defeating him. That is the rare item that we can get for any of the area, species, or original creations. For some reason, I'm getting really lucky. I'm getting a lot of Dark Matter this time around. Normally, I don't get anywhere close to as many as I have been. But the normal item that they drop, I will have to look up. And the normal item is 2 amulets for the overkill, 1 for normal. Basically what happens is it's the rare drop for all of them is Dark Matter, all of the different creations in here. So you can get Dark Matters kind of rarely as you're fighting around against the species, the original, or the area conquest enemies there. So you can get some stuff for that. I'm going to skip Malbro Menace for the moment, and we're going to move on to Kodos. 440,000 HP, 15,000 for the overkill. When he does get his turn, he does a physical attack. Pretty much every time you attack him, he will counter and probably kill you. So normal attacks aren't really the best way to go. Your best bet is to do something to increase your defense, like Cheer, or use Ultra Null All. But if you just attack him normally, he's going to counter, and it does a lot of damage, even with Protect on. One way of doing things is to use Overdrives, and the other way is to just summon an Aeon and kick the crap out of him. Unfortunately, I don't have enough strength to really make Blitz Ace useful yet. Once you've maxed out your strength, then it becomes a lot more useful. But for now, not so much. Or I could miss. Sometimes, once I start missing twice, I'm screwed. I'll never be able to hit it. I don't know why that is, but it just seems to be the way it works. At least I can do attack rails. Like I said, because he counters everything, you want to deal as much damage as possible, and that's pretty much the way to do it, is with overdrives. There's not really much you can demonstrate with him just because he uses a normal attack. It does lots of damage. Protect is obviously recommended. And for defeating him, we get 40 healing springs, which you can use to put SOS Overdrive, or not SOS Overdrive, SOS Regen on some armor, like the ones we bought in Kilika, and sell them, get lots of money that way. I need to heal. Since I'm out here, let's change our formation around a little bit. Alright, I just wanted to go over my notes there real quick there. So, formation, we want to change and put Ornn in the party, assuming he has his Masamune for first strike. Let's see. Now, we're going to take on the Malbro now, and unfortunately, unlike all the previous Malbros in the game, oh, he always gets an ambush, by the way, but unlike all the previous ones, we can't provoke him. Unfortunately, no. Instead, all of his attacks inflict status effects, or do lots of damage, or, can inflict full break, some of them. Pretty much all of them are a right pain in the ass, so my suggestion, summon. Summon something to either block for it, or summon something to kill it. If you use Anima's Overdrive, you could probably one-shot him. But the Mega Sisters, once you've gotten Yuna a decent amount of strength and some decent HP, as you can see, they're just really, really good. And you can cheese your way through a lot of fights early on that you normally wouldn't be able to. Now, he'll never use what's called Putrid Breath against you when you have Aeons out. But if he's scheduled to use Putrid Breath, which is basically like Bad Breath except for worse, does all the status effects and does a whole crap ton of damage as well, then he won't use it against the Aeons, but he'll use it as soon as he gets out of the, you dismiss your summons. So I'm just going to do it that way. Easy enough. He has 640,000 HP, 12,000 for the Overkill, and you get monotonics for killing him. I don't really care. You can try and fight him normally, but you're going to get hit with that, what is it? His Putrid Breath right off the bat. It's his first move. Once he uses it, he won't use it again until he has half HP. And if you have someone like Titus with Ribbon, you can muddle your way through the fight, but it's just not really worth it in my opinion, so I'm not going to do that. It's easy enough to do that. Now let's take a look at Yuna's stats here. I have jumped her around on the sphere grid a little bit to get her some additional strength, because I went through more of Lulu's path than I probably needed to. But those are her stats right now, and that allows her to get very high stats for the Aeons. Let's take a quick look there. Almost max strength there. Huge defense. Max strength and defense. Again, max strength and defense. Again, almost maxed evasion there. Max strength, almost max defense. Max defense, almost max strength. Wow. He's got high magic defense as well. And yeah, some of our other Aeons are all right. You can kind of see, what stats they excel in. Defense, of course, for those two. Anyway, I just figured I'd show that off. And yeah, for Yuna, what I've done on her sphere grid. Oop. Let's go all the way up there. So yeah, she ran back through Lulu's path, but if I hadn't have done that, I would have run her through the end of Titus's path. So as you can see, we've grabbed a couple of nodes here and there. I just used warp spheres to warp around and then move, 2 spots here, 1 spot there kind of thing. And I just wanted to do that. And then over here, I got a couple of points of accuracy so that her Aeons could actually hit. Or actually, no, that was so she could actually hit, because she's got decent enough strength for it now. But normally, if I just wanted to level her up for that, then I would have ran her back through here, and she already would have had that strength anyway. I'd run her through Lulu's path just so that she had higher magic stats, so I could demonstrate more magic abilities in the Omega Ruins, and that kind of thing. Anyway, enough of that. Let's fight some more guys here. Let's see, this guy. This guy is 380,000 HP, 10,000 for the overkill. Can use Hyper Blaster, which ignores death protection, even if you have death proof. And he uses Chaos, which the wiki said targets the party. But in my experience, it only hit one person, and they targeted Titus with it, who has ribbon, so it was kind of funny. But other than that, you don't really have to worry. Yeah, his Chaos ability inflicts Doom, Curse, and Confuse. Basically, now that we can break the damage limit, we can quick hit him to death pretty easily. I'm not overly powered at this point in the game, really. You know, we're in the post game. I haven't got around to stat maxing yet. We should have enough damage to take this guy down. He will get one attack in on us, I believe. Or not. But yeah, quick hit is pretty much the way to go now that we're into the post game here. We can just deal so much damage with it. Get Shining Gems from him. And who do we got next? This one! This guy's got 520,000 HP, 10,000 for the overkill. He can petrify and shatter your characters all at once. Obviously, you know, my strategy for all of these is use haste, but I have auto haste, so I'm not going to mention it. And use a lot of quick hits. If you want to, he has high magic defense, so you kind of want to avoid that. You can use armor break on this guy, but I don't think it particularly matters, because I think we can kill him before he gets a turn anyway. Maybe not. I think he got a turn last time. I test ran most of these enemies, except for the Malboro. I knew I was going to take care of him. And yeah, pretty much just like that. You know, we've gone, you know, through our own path and then maybe about 150 sphere levels after that, which is, I get Supreme Gems for fighting him, which I guess is somewhat acceptable. I'm talking about the strategy more than I'm really demonstrating it. If you're much lower level than this, I wouldn't recommend fighting most of the area creations because there's no real benefit to it. What I would do is you can go to the Omega Ruins and level up there if you're kind of on the weak side. What you'll do if you don't need to capture them is use Bahamut. You know, get a few characters in, you know, Titus, Yuna, Waka, Riku, summon, and then use Bahamut and use Impulse, because if, you know, you've got like 150 or more of a stat on Impulse, at least I think that's about how much you need, then he'll break the damage limit with his Impulse and kill most of the enemies on the screen anyway. So you can just do that, and you can do a whole bunch of leveling up in the Omega Ruins there. The reason why I wanted to show off all these guys now, the area creations, is because once I demonstrate the leveling trick there to utilize triple experience weapons and all that kind of stuff, then we're going to be able to just skyrocket in level, and everything's going to become, you know, most of these guys will become just cakewalks. The Kaptur King. This guy, we already kind of figured out this guy. He counters everything, and he has high evade, he's immune to all elements, has high magic defense, so the only real way to kill him, he's got 100,000 HP, 10,000 for the overkill, is to use an Overdrive. Because Overdrives won't, with an Overdrive you won't miss. So we don't have to worry about his evasion, and with our ultimate weapons, we can deal enough damage to take him down real easy. Every other attack that he has is a one-shot KO. He's got 10,000 needles and 99,999 needles. Everything one-shots you. There's no real point in demonstrating it. We've already seen it. You get blessed gems from him, not that we need them, but they're there. And this guy. In my test run, I died to this guy in my testing, you know, earlier today. 280,000 HP, 15,000 for the overkill. You can use full break on him, and he has no resistance to it. You can also use slow on him, and he only has 50% resistance to that. So, throw a silver hourglass at him. And he does counter pretty much everything that you do with Hades Claw, which inflicts instant death. So the ideal way to deal with this guy would be to use an Aeon, because they're immune to instant death, and then you don't have to worry about anything. And no, I want to go skill, and we want to throw full break on him. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, Auto Phoenix is going to basically keep us alive in this fight. But other than that, there's not a whole lot that we can do. Quick hit isn't necessary because someone's going to die pretty much all the time anyway. When he counters, he doesn't always counter the same person that attacked him. I'd like to get Titus using... you can use Blitz Ace, but if you take a look on the right side on the turn menu there, Blitz Ace has a much higher recovery time than Slice and Dice, and until you get to the point where Slice and Dice is always dealing max damage, you really don't need to use Blitz Ace, even though I technically, or usually prefer to use it. But we'll get more damage out of Slice and Dice, I think, at the lower levels. So, there's that. Now, this is his normal attack. It isn't particularly deadly. As you might guess, my Phoenix Downs have gone way down. You're going to have to buy more Phoenix Downs. But that's not really a big deal. Now, we've all got Auto Phoenix. We'll survive this fight, and then we can buy some more. But yeah, eventually you just kill him. Auto Phoenix really is the way to go to take him down. Ideally, just use an Aeon. I'm trying to use Aeons as little as possible. You get 2 rename cards for fighting you. And let's not buy weapons, let's buy items. And we'll fill up on more Phoenix Downs. And now I should probably heal. And what else can we do? Well, I think we'll start on the next ones there. I didn't realize how late we were on the episode there. I think we'll start on the next page there in the next episode there, and we'll try and take care of all those, and if there's enough time, we'll also go over the leveling method that I want to demonstrate after that. There are other enemies other than the One-Eye and Fafnir that you could kill with your Aeon's Overdrives. Fenrir is not a good choice. He uses instant death, and I think it even affects the Mega Sisters or something like that, but don't use Aeons against them. This guy's pretty powerful, but has high evasion too, so use your Aeons to take that down. That can work. This guy's got high evasion. Again, Overdrives, Aeons, that's fine. This guy, don't remember if I was able to beat this guy or not. I think he just has really high HP. You can beat the crap out of him with your Aeons. Most of them, the ones in here, were a little too weak to fight with our characters right now. This guy, I think I lost to him. I can't remember. One-Eye, we already saw him. Don't bother with the Jumbo Flan until you've maxed out your stats. There's no point. If you want to try and take him down now, yo Jimbo. That's basically it. The Nega Elemental, I wouldn't bother fighting them because this guy counters, I think, like everything with Ultima, so don't do that. This guy, you can armor break with a frag grenade, and then you can take him down with your Aeons, just like we did with Fafnir. At least I think you can use armor break on him. Sleep Sprout has, I think, like 99,999. You have to deal exactly max damage in order to kill this guy, or use an Aeon, because if not, it'll use a bad breath type thing. Bomb King, I think you have 9 or 12 turns to kill him before he'll blow up and kill you. Juggernaut, you can use an Aeon with both of these guys and they'll fall down relatively easily. Just use the Mega Sisters and you'll be fine. But if you want to fight them normally, I will demonstrate that once we gain a few more levels. But anyway, that's pretty much all for this one, and next time we'll show off the second page of this and potentially show off the leveling method that involves the One-Eye and who else? Also involves Kodos and our friend Don Tonberry. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.